So for this question, you are asked to calculate the molarity of hydrochloric acid. And we have 25 cm cube of the hydrochloric acid, and it requires 20.15 cm cube of 0.3 m sodium hydroxide to do the titration. So how can we use the information provided from the question to calculate the molarity of hydrochloric acid? First of all, in your brain, okay, you need to have this kind of diagram. First of all, we have 25 cm cube unknown concentration hydrochloric acid. This 25 cm cube will be put into the conical flask, unknown concentration, right? And inside the burette, we will have 20.15 cm cube, 0.3 m sodium hydroxide solution, right? And what you need to do, first of all, for this kind of calculation, write down the chemical equation. So we have sodium hydroxide react with hydrochloric acid, and finally we will give out sodium chloride and also water, right? So this is the chemical equation, and what you have now, we have the we use up 20.15 cm cube and also 0.3 m sodium hydroxide, and we only know the volume of the hydrochloric acid. How can we calculate the molarity? If we want to calculate the molarity, first of all, we need to find out how many moles inside 25 cm cube as hydrochloric acid, right? So first of all, what we need to do is calculate the mole of sodium hydroxide reactant. So how can we calculate the mole of sodium hydroxide reactant? So we have the volume, okay, and also the molarity. So first of all, calculate the moles by do the multiplication 0.3 times 20.15 divided by 1,000. So in your mind, that is the molarity times the volume, and we will get the number of mole, right? And afterwards, we do the calculation, and we will get 0.045 times 10 to the power of -3, right? So that is the number of moles of sodium hydroxide reactant. So that means how many moles inside 25 cm cube hydrochloric acid? It should be the same, right? Because if we have reacted 1 mole sodium hydroxide, it means that we have reacted 1 mole hydrochloric acid. And now we have reacted 6.045 times 10 to the power of -3 moles of sodium hydroxide. The number of mole of hydrochloric acid inside 25 cm cube should be the same, right? So the moles of HCl in 25 cm cube will be also 6.045 times 10 to the power of -3. And finally, we have the mole and also the volume. We can calculate the molarity. And that is, we divided the mole by the volume, and we will get the molarity. And you do the calculation by yourself. And finally, you will get 0.2418 m. So that is the answer for this question.